Look closely at the men who always seem to win. Not just in love, but in respect, influence, and timing. They are rarely the loudest in the room. They don't rush to explain themselves. They don't fight for attention. And yet, when they move, others notice. This is not luck. And it is not manipulation. It is something far more unsettling. While most men chase, react, and compete, these men remain calm. They choose silence over noise. Patience over urgency. Self-mastery over approval. This video is not about tricks, confidence hacks, or playing roles. It is about understanding why the mysterious man always seems to be one step ahead, without ever running. If you've ever wondered why some men never chase, never rush, and still end up winning, stay with this. Because what you're about to hear is not common knowledge. It is lived wisdom. Welcome to the channel, Stoic Love Wisdom. This is where we will learn, explore, and share valuable lessons about love. In today's video, I will reveal to you, Unraveling the Secret, Why Does the Mysterious Man Always Win in Every Game, a new perspective, helping you better understand the factors that determine a happy and sustainable relationship. Let's explore with me the secrets to building a strong and meaningful love. Before we start, find a quiet place, put on your headphones and relax. Let all your worries melt away, and let the messages in this video help you calm down and feel the most complete. Are you ready? Let's start now. Part 1, The Power of What Is Not Revealed. Most men believe they lose because they lack something. More confidence. More money. More charm. More words. That belief is wrong. In every arena where men compete, love, respect, influence, the man who consistently wins is rarely the loudest, the most expressive, or the most transparent. He is the most unreadable. The mysterious man does not dominate by force. He dominates by absence of excess. He does not rush to explain himself. He does not volunteer his inner world. He does not perform his emotions for approval. And because of that, people lean in. Mystery is not manipulation. It is restraint. Stoic philosophy teaches that power begins with self-command. And self-command is first revealed through what you choose not to give away. Most men overshare because they are afraid of being misunderstood. They speak too much because silence feels like loss of control. But the experienced man understands something crucial. The more predictable you are, the easier you are to dismiss. When everything about you is visible, nothing about you is compelling. The mysterious man understands human psychology intuitively. People do not value what is freely given. They value what must be earned. This is not cruelty. It is human nature. In love, the man who explains his intentions too early loses leverage. In conversation, the man who fills every silence loses authority. In conflict, the man who reacts immediately loses position. The Stoics understood this centuries ago. Epictetus taught that if you wish to improve, you must be willing to appear foolish at first. Translated into modern life, you must be willing to not be understood immediately. The mysterious man is comfortable with that. He does not rush clarity. He allows time to do its work. This creates asymmetry. While others are busy projecting, reacting, proving, and explaining, he remains centered. That stillness unsettles people, not because it is aggressive, but because it is self-contained. Here is what most men misunderstand. Being mysterious does not mean being cold. It does not mean being distant, manipulative, or emotionally unavailable. It means being selective. Selective with words. Selective with emotions. Selective with access. The mysterious man feels deeply, but he does not leak. He understands that emotional leakage erodes respect. When a man constantly reveals his fears, doubts, desires, and wounds to anyone who will listen, he unintentionally communicates instability. Not weakness, instability. Stoic love teaches emotional discipline, not emotional denial. The mysterious man does not suppress emotion. He processes it privately, then expresses it deliberately. This is why he appears grounded. People sense that his reactions are measured, not impulsive. That his presence is intentional, not needy. And this creates gravity. In social situations, he speaks less, but when he does, people listen. In relationships, he does not chase connection, but connection gravitates toward him. Why? Because mystery invites imagination. When you do not reveal everything, others fill the gaps themselves. And what the mind imagines is often more powerful than what is shown. This is not a trick. It is a consequence of restraint. The man who keeps parts of himself private is not hiding, he is preserving depth. Depth cannot exist where everything is exposed. Think about the men you've respected most in your life. Chances are, they were not the ones constantly talking about themselves. They carried themselves with calm certainty. You sensed there was more beneath the surface. That sense creates trust. Paradoxically, people trust the mysterious man more, not less. Because he does not seek validation. Because he does not oversell himself. Because he does not beg to be seen. He lets his actions speak. Stoicism teaches that your character should be evident through conduct, not declaration. The mysterious man lives this. He does not announce his values. He enacts them. He does not promise. He delivers. And when he chooses to open up, it is intentional, not compulsive. That choice alone separates him from the crowd. Here is the deeper truth most men miss. Mystery is a byproduct of inner fullness. Men who overshare often do so because they want to be reassured. They want to be liked. They want confirmation that they matter. The mysterious man has already given that validation to himself. He does not need to convince the world of his worth. He assumes it, and lets reality confirm it over time. This is why he wins. Not because he plays games, but because he does not need to. His restraint creates leverage. His silence creates curiosity. His composure creates authority. And in a world addicted to noise, the man who is comfortable with silence becomes impossible to ignore. Love is not always about brilliant moments, but often about patience, listening and accompanying in every small step. It is those simple things that nurture a lasting bond. That is also the reason why I believe that every experience in love is an opportunity for us to grow and become stronger. If you feel this, please click like as a way to spread positivity to more people. And if this is your first time visiting our channel, click subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any lessons. I also look forward to hearing your thoughts. What is the smallest but most meaningful thing you have ever realized in love? Leave a comment below. Maybe your answer will become a source of inspiration for others. Now, let's continue our journey to explore deeper perspectives right away. Part 2: Why emotional control makes a man unbeatable. Most men believe power comes from intensity. From passion. From reacting strongly, loving deeply, fighting hard, and showing how much something matters to them. That belief costs them everything. The man who consistently wins, in love, in negotiation, in conflict, is not the most emotional man in the room. He is the most emotionally governed. There is a difference. Stoicism teaches that emotions are not enemies. But a man who allows his emotions to dictate his behavior becomes predictable, reactive, and easy to manipulate. The mysterious man understands this early or learns it painfully. Whoever controls your emotions controls you. Most men lose games they didn't even know they were playing because they react too quickly. A delayed reply feels like rejection, so they chase. A cold tone feels like disrespect, so they escalate. A challenge feels personal, so they over-explain or defend. Every reaction leaks information. And information is leverage. The man with emotional control leaks nothing. He feels anger, but he does not lash out. He feels desire, but he does not pursue blindly. He feels fear, but he does not let it steer his decisions. This does not make him passive. It makes him dangerously deliberate. Stoic love is built on this principle. You may feel everything, but you act only on what aligns with your values. That restraint is rare. And rarity creates power. In relationships, emotional control does something most men underestimate. It reverses polarity. The reactive man is always responding to the emotional weather created by others. He adjusts his mood, his words, his behavior based on how he is treated. The controlled man sets his own internal climate. Others must adjust to him. This is not dominance through force. It is dominance through stability. People unconsciously test emotional boundaries. They push. They withdraw. They provoke. Not always maliciously, often instinctively. The man who reacts fails the test. The man who remains centered passes it. This is why emotional control creates mystery. When someone cannot predict your reaction, they cannot control the interaction. When you do not escalate, explain, or implode, people pause. They reassess. They lean in. The mysterious man understands timing. He knows that silence at the right moment is louder than argument. That calm after provocation unsettles more than aggression. That delayed response signals choice, not avoidance. Stoicism calls this prohairesis, the ability to choose your response regardless of circumstance. This is the core of inner freedom. Most men give that freedom away emotionally. They say things they later regret. They chase when they should pause. They reveal insecurity when pressure rises. And once that happens, the dynamic shifts. Respect erodes. Not because emotions are wrong, but because lack of self-command is visible. The emotionally controlled man is not cold. He is contained. He can sit with discomfort without needing immediate relief. He can tolerate uncertainty without demanding reassurance. He can endure silence without filling it with noise. This ability alone puts him ahead of 90% of men. Because most men cannot stand emotional tension. They rush to resolve it, even if resolution costs them leverage. The mysterious man lets tension exist. He does not rush outcomes. He allows situations to reveal themselves. This patience is often mistaken for indifference. But it is not. It is confidence in one's ability to handle any outcome. And that confidence is felt. In love, emotional control creates safety. Not the kind of safety that feels boring, but the kind that feels grounding. People trust men who are not ruled by emotional volatility. They feel secure around men who don't swing wildly between attachment and withdrawal. This trust increases attraction, not decreases it. Because attraction thrives where there is emotional leadership. The emotionally controlled man leads by example. He does not demand reassurance. He does not react to every shift in mood. He does not collapse under pressure. And because of that, others reveal themselves more around him. They test less, or test and fail. Here is the paradox most men miss. The man who controls his emotions does not suppress intimacy. He deepens it. Because when he finally chooses to speak, to act, to commit, it is meaningful. Not impulsive. Not performative. Intentional. This selectivity gives his words weight. When he expresses care, it matters. When he sets boundaries, they hold. When he walks away, it is final. That is power. Not loud power. Quiet, unshakable power. And in every arena of life, the man who cannot be emotionally hijacked cannot be defeated easily. Because he is not fighting the world. He is governing himself. And that is the highest form of dominance a man can achieve. Part 3, Why the Mysterious Man Never Chases, and Always Chooses. Most men believe pursuit is proof of desire. They think chasing shows commitment, sincerity, and masculine energy. In reality, chasing often reveals something else. A lack of options, a lack of inner grounding, or a fear of loss. The mysterious man understands a rule that governs every human interaction. What chases loses value. What chooses gains it. He does not learn this from theory. He learns it from watching men exhaust themselves, emotionally, psychologically, trying to hold on to people who were never meant to stay. Stoicism teaches that desire must be governed by reason. Not eliminated. Directed. The man who chases is ruled by outcome. The man who chooses is ruled by principle. That distinction changes everything. When a man chases, his behavior is reactive. He adjusts his pace to someone else's attention. He invests more when he feels distance. He compromises standards to avoid loss. And slowly, invisibly, he gives up leverage. The mysterious man does the opposite. He moves forward in his life regardless of who stays or leaves. He does not stop building just because someone becomes uncertain. This creates asymmetry. People sense when a man's life is centered around his own path, not around their approval. And that sense is magnetic. Chasing communicates urgency. Urgency communicates scarcity. Choosing communicates stability. Stability communicates abundance. The mysterious man never announces his abundance. He embodies it. He does not rush availability. He does not overinvest prematurely. He does not pursue at the expense of self-respect. This does not mean he is indifferent. It means his interest is measured. Measured interest is far more powerful than uncontrolled desire. Stoic love emphasizes emotional sovereignty. You do not abandon yourself to keep someone. You do not negotiate your values to secure affection. You do not chase connection at the cost of inner alignment. The mysterious man understands that attraction is not built by effort alone. It is built by direction. When a man knows where he is going, others decide whether to walk beside him. They are not dragged. This is why he chooses. He observes behavior instead of reacting to words. He watches consistency instead of chasing potential. He allows time to reveal character. Men who chase don't wait long enough to see the truth. They rush connection because they fear losing momentum. The mysterious man is not afraid of pauses. Pauses expose intentions. When he senses uncertainty, he does not double his effort. He maintains his course. That alone filters out misalignment. And when someone steps closer, he evaluates, not celebrates prematurely. This calm evaluation unsettles people who are used to being chased. Because it flips the script. Now they wonder. Do I meet his standards? Am I choosing him, or being chosen? This is not manipulation. It is natural consequence. The man who does not chase communicates that his life is already full. Not crowded, but full. He has purpose. Structure. Direction. He is not seeking someone to complete him. He is inviting someone to complement him. And because of that, he can walk away cleanly. No resentment. No drama. No revenge. Walking away is easy when you were never chasing to begin with. Stoicism teaches acceptance of impermanence. People may leave. Desire may shift. Circumstances may change. The mysterious man does not cling. Clinging comes from fear. Choosing comes from strength. There is a quiet confidence in knowing you can let go without collapse. That confidence changes how others treat you. People respect men who can walk away. Not because they are cold, but because they are not desperate. Desperation repels. Self-possession attracts. The mysterious man never begs for clarity. He watches behavior. He never competes for attention. He withdraws from confusion. He never chases mixed signals. He chooses alignment. This clarity makes him dangerous in the best sense. Because he cannot be controlled by withdrawal. He cannot be manipulated by inconsistency. He cannot be trapped by hope. Hope without boundaries weakens men. Principles strengthen them. And the man who chooses his path first will always be the one others try to catch up to. Love is a great lesson in maturity. It challenges us with fragility, teaches us patience through waiting, and gives us strength after being hurt. Here, I don't just tell stories for you to listen to, but for you to reflect on yourself and find your own lessons. If you find it valuable, please click like and subscribe, so you don't miss out on the shares that can change the way you look at love. Now, get ready with me, because the rest will have a lot more depth waiting for you. Part 4. Why the mysterious man is never in a rush, and always wins long-term. Most men live in a state of urgency. They rush to define relationships. Rush to secure certainty. Rush to be chosen, respected, desired, remembered. Urgency feels productive. But in reality, urgency is often fear wearing the mask of ambition. The mysterious man is different. He is not slow because he lacks desire. He is slow because he understands time. Stoicism teaches patience not as passivity, but as strategic restraint. The Stoics believe that what unfolds naturally endures longer than what is forced. The man who is always in a hurry exposes something critical. He is afraid that if he doesn't move fast, he will lose. Lose the woman. Lose the opportunity. Lose relevance. The mysterious man has already accepted loss as a possibility. And that acceptance frees him. He does not rush conversations. He does not rush intimacy. He does not rush decisions that shape his future. Because he understands a simple truth. Speed reveals intention. Time reveals character. Men who rush rarely see who they are dealing with. They fall in love with potential, fantasy, projection. The mysterious man waits. Not idly, but attentively. He observes how someone behaves when things are easy. And more importantly, when they are not. Time strips away performance. Consistency cannot be faked for long. Respect cannot be maintained without substance. Attraction cannot survive without alignment. By refusing to rush, the mysterious man forces reality to show its hand. This gives him an advantage most men never experience. He does not get entangled with people who drain him slowly. He does not invest years in relationships that were unstable from the beginning. He does not confuse intensity with depth. Stoic love values depth over speed. A slow bond built on clarity outlasts a fast bond built on emotion. The mysterious man understands that impatience creates blindness. When you want something too quickly, you stop seeing clearly. You ignore warning signs. You justify behavior you shouldn't tolerate. Patience restores vision. This applies beyond relationships. In work, the mysterious man does not chase shortcuts. He builds competence quietly. He compounds skill while others chase recognition. In influence, he does not force authority. He earns it through reliability and calm leadership. In conflict, he does not rush to win arguments. He lets outcomes speak. This long-term orientation makes him difficult to outmaneuver. People who rush burn out. People who rush expose themselves. People who rush lose leverage. The mysterious man conserves energy. He understands that the strongest position is not the one you fight for, but the one you arrive at naturally because you were patient enough to earn it. There is also something deeply unsettling about a man who is not in a hurry. He does not react to deadlines imposed by others. He does not panic when momentum slows. He does not chase reassurance. This calm unsettles people who live in urgency. Because urgency seeks control. And calm refuses to be controlled. The man who is never in a rush cannot be pressured easily. He cannot be baited into bad decisions. He cannot be manipulated by fear of missing out. Stoicism teaches a more fatty love of fate. The mysterious man embodies this. If something is meant to grow, it will. If something fades, it was not aligned. He does not cling to outcomes. He commits to process. And process always wins long-term. While others are exhausted from chasing quick results, he is still moving forward, steady, composed, unshaken. This is why, years later, he seems to have won. Not suddenly. Not dramatically. But inevitably. Because he never rushed his evolution. Part 5, Why the Mysterious Man Wins Without Competing. Most men believe life is a competition. They compete for attention. For validation. For status. For love. They measure themselves against others constantly, who is ahead, who is admired more, who is chosen first. And in doing so, they quietly lose. The mysterious man steps out of this frame entirely. Not because he thinks he is better, but because he understands something fundamental. Competition is the game of insecure men. Stoicism teaches that comparison is the thief of inner order. The moment a man defines himself in relation to others, he hands over control of his peace. The mysterious man refuses to do that. He does not race. He does not posture. He does not seek to outperform other men in visible ways. He builds something internally that cannot be competed with: coherence. Coherence between thought and action. Between values and behavior. Between desire and discipline. This coherence creates a quiet authority. While others are busy proving, he is becoming. And becoming always outpaces proving. In relationships, men often compete without realizing it. They try to be more attentive, more available, more impressive than the next man. They perform effort instead of embodying direction. The mysterious man does not compete for affection. He evaluates compatibility. This single shift changes everything. When you are not trying to win someone over, you are free to observe clearly. When you are not afraid of losing, you are able to choose honestly. And the man who can choose is always in the stronger position. Stoic love is not about conquest. It is about alignment. You do not win love by outperforming others. You experience love by standing firmly in who you are. The mysterious man knows this. He does not adjust himself to be preferred. He allows others to decide whether they align with his life. This creates an unusual dynamic. People feel no pressure from him, but they feel gravity. Because he is not trying to take something from them. He is offering a place beside something already built. This is why he attracts without chasing. Competition also exhausts men in subtle ways. It keeps them externally focused. Reactive. Anxious. Always watching what others are doing. The mysterious man looks inward instead. He competes only with yesterday's version of himself. Not aggressively. Not obsessively. Consistently. He refines his habits. Sharpens his judgment. Deepens his self-knowledge. This internal orientation makes him immune to trends, noise, and comparison. He is not late. He is not early. He is on his own time. And this independence from external clocks is powerful. Because the man who is not rushing to keep up cannot be left behind. Stoicism teaches that true success is living in accordance with your nature and values. The mysterious man embodies this quietly. He does not announce his philosophy. He lives it. He does not seek to dominate rooms. He stabilizes them. He does not compete for influence. People defer to him naturally, because he is calm where others are chaotic. And over time, outcomes accumulate. Not explosively. Not dramatically. But decisively. People trust him. Opportunities find him. Relationships align with him. Not because he fought for them, but because he was prepared when they arrived. This is the final truth most men never learn. The mysterious man wins because he is not trying to win. He is trying to live correctly. And when a man lives with restraint, clarity, patience, and self-command, life stops feeling like a battlefield and starts responding like a current moving in his favor. That is not luck. That is mastery. And mastery does not compete. It endures. Conclusion. The mysterious man does not win because he knows secrets others don't. He wins because he knows himself. While most men rush to be seen, understood, chosen, and validated, he chooses something rarer, inner order. And from that order, everything else aligns naturally. He speaks less, not because he lacks depth, but because he respects it. He reacts slowly, not because he is indifferent, but because he is governed. He never chases, not because he fears intimacy, but because he values alignment over attachment. Stoic love teaches that a man's power is not found in control over others, but in mastery over himself. The mysterious man embodies this truth quietly. He does not compete, perform, or posture. He builds character, discipline, and direction, then lets time reveal the results. In a world addicted to noise, he becomes compelling through restraint. In a culture obsessed with speed, he wins by patience. In relationships driven by emotion, he leads through stability. This is why his presence feels different. He cannot be rushed. He cannot be provoked easily. He cannot be manipulated by fear of loss. Because he has already accepted uncertainty, and found peace within it. The mysterious man does not need to announce his value. He lives in accordance with it. And when a man does that consistently, outcomes begin to follow him instead of the other way around. Love becomes a choice, not a need. Respect becomes natural, not demanded. Success becomes sustainable, not fragile. This is the quiet advantage. Not dominance over others, but sovereignty over oneself. And the man who reaches that state does not just win games. He transcends them. So today's video has ended. Thank you for taking the time to watch it all. I hope you have learned valuable lessons and these shares will help you on your love journey. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to receive more interesting content in the future. I'm very grateful for your support and see you again in the next videos. Wishing you all love and happiness.